that's up to you. I was going to give a few bits and things maybe on the jail and some of the departments that are, that have ramped up a little bit here, but it's your choice. You want me to do that or Bill's discussion?
Well, are we going to address at all a discussion on reopening the building as well, or are we doing that in a different session?
I think we can talk about that now if that's something that you want to discuss, because some work has been done in that area, so
right.
We can have an update on that. So Jamie, why don't you give us your update, and then we'll take on Bill's resolution question.
Okay, I just wanted to, first of all, the things that Michael Anderson mentioned about the polling places or the precincts that are needing help, and he identified some of those individually. Being a little opportunistic, we do have a number of the local media here attending the meeting and observing, so if there's any help that can be had to get that word out, possibly some people who might be interested to reach out to Voter and offer their interest. So, but beyond that, I want to just update on the jail. We have 12 cases at the jail. There was an additional case that is positive since the story in the Daily News a day or two ago. We have 9 inmates and 3 medical staff at this point who have tested positive. There's the medical staff is, I think it's a little over a week now. So the anticipation, and some of the inmates, so they're all still in the facility. They've been quarantined. None have been taken outside for medical treatment. Their symptoms are not severe at this point, so they're able to manage in the facility. Medical staff is expected to be back on the job possibly at the end of next week, and as the inmates who are positive, they will be retested, and once their symptoms and a negative test comes back, then they will be reintegrated at some point. But so 12 cases, 9 inmates, and 3 medical staff. As far as departments go, I just want to mention that the planning department has begun a level of service, increasing level of service since the construction industry has gone back as of Friday, May 1st. They are providing building code inspections, zoning permits, that sort of thing. They're rotating staff in and out of the office, doing it in sometimes half-day or alternate day shifts. So that's happening for those who are interested and who may not have gotten that communication directly from the building industry. And I guess just to add, I think on the sheriff's Facebook page, he put out that he's beginning to accept applications or process applications for new concealed carry permits. I emphasize new because anyone who has a concealed carry permit whose expiring has been extended to May 30th. So it's an expired permit, that's okay. That has been acknowledged and extended. These are new applications for people who say may have purchased a handgun in the last month or two, and without a concealed carry permit is not able to legally transport that in a vehicle, as the sheriff pointed out. He is willing to entertain those applications. He is doing it by appointment only. So if anyone is interested in doing that, they may contact the sheriff's office to make an appointment. He's only doing so many of those per day, and all the social distancing and precautions being observed. So other than that, Michael touched a little on how his department's functioning and utilizing some other department staff. I think it's fair to say that our departments in all cases are meeting the needs that are being asked of them. They each have a level of communication from the employees that are either rotating or they're working remotely to get their tasks finished. I think that's all going well for now.
And the treasurer's office is processing all the payments?
Yep. They're also looking each day to get those processed. Sally touched on that as well. Thank you.
Yeah,
Mr. Chairman, go ahead.
since Commissioner Litz brought up the treasurer's office, I think they should try to put in place a way of answering their phones for people that are inquiring. You know, we understand and we try to convey that they are working with a skeletal crew, but still there are questions about texts that aren't being processed. And to have someone somewhere, there should be a way of technology accommodating that so that those phone calls aren't going to other departments and then, you know, going unanswered. So if that's something that could be worked on, I'd appreciate that.
Well, with keeping in mind the reports that we've had and all of us as commissioners in touch with the folks that work in the building, I think we should start to take a look at returning to work in an expanded way. And I think the last time we talked to Bob Dowd to ask him to put together some information about, you know, safety measures and so on. And I don't know whether you've had a chance to work on that, Bob, or not.